The Atlanta Braves dropped their third game in a row tonight to the Los Angeles Angels by a score of 6-2. And Chris Sale started this game, but he just did not have it tonight. The very first pitch he threw was a Zach Neto just bomb into left field. And I've got a friend who is both a Braves and an Angels fan, and we talk quite frequently about baseball in general, but about both of these teams. Just always asking him, like about Mike Trout and other things, and like what's actually going on with the Angels. And anyways, that's a little bit off topic, but he told me, watch out for Zach Neto tonight. He is going to be really good. He's been playing fantastic. And, of course, first pitch, and he shows it off right away. Sale actually got back into a groove. You could tell he did not feel great early. His slider was all over the place. He hit a few batters with it. And just Sale mad at himself. And that all culminates in a fourth inning that Chris Sale and everyone involved with the Atlanta Braves would like to forget. And that was the difference in it. A 5-run fourth inning for LA. And all of it was mostly preventable. I mean, you look at the score here. Start out with a hit by pitch to Soler, then a single by Joe Adele. That gives the Angels multiple runners on, and then 2 walks, which scores a run, the walk to Hoppy, a force out, another hit by pitch to score a run, and a single brought out the last 2 runners there. So just self-imposed errors for Atlanta. Chris Sale had to be removed from the game, and just not a start that he's going to want to remember. And I said it last time Sale was off the mound, or on the mound, that the Braves absolutely had to win Sale's starts this year. They just could not get into this thing where they lose Sale starts because it's going to put them behind the 8 ball. With all of the pitching injuries, you have to rely on your Cy Young pitcher, who, when he's been healthy, has given you a Cy Young performance. And tonight, Chris Sale, I mean, not that the bats really helped him out, but 3 runs in the fourth, the 5th run, or the 6th run in Joe Adele's home run in the 5th, and that was the end of the line for Chris Sale. Just not a good outing, any way you slice it for Sale. He only makes it 4+ innings there, as Adele was his last hitter. So just disappointing night for Chris Sale, and really just the team all around, because Sale gave up 6 earned runs tonight, but you're not going to win many games when you only score 2 runs, and those are bookend homers. Baldwin had a fantastic, just ambushed Soriano to put one over the right field fence, get the Braves on the board early, but then after that, Soriano is able to go 8 innings, only giving up 2 more hits, no walks, and striking out 10 Atlanta Braves hitters tonight. Just the Braves are powerless against him. Maybe that's just that doesn't really feel like a one-off this year. The Braves have just struggled, and really the last 2 or 3 years now, against quality starting pitching. There's just guys that get under their skin and they cannot hit them no matter what. And they've been able to win games this year where the starting pitcher has really dominated the lineup, and they will square off on one specific reliever in the opposing bullpen. And tonight, that happened a little bit, but it was already too little, too late. It was 6-1 entering the ninth, and, I mean, just nothing the Braves could do. They mount a little bit of a late rally, but not enough outs to play with to actually get anything of note done. Those 2 home runs, like I said, Baldwin opened the scoring. He stays hot for Atlanta. If you're looking at the score sheet, he had 2 hits. So He got on base twice and scored a run. So he's scored in almost every Atlanta game so far this season, but the average is 318. But as the number 2 hole hitter, he is not actually having anyone in front of him. And so you want your leadoff hitter to get on base. And right now, Ronald Acuna Jr. is just not doing that. Acuna is putting the ball in play quite a bit. He's hitting the ball hard, but just the results are not there. And I don't know if the answer is to shift Acuna out of the leadoff spot this early and then bring him back up, if that would kill his confidence or what. And honestly, I don't really know who you would replace him with. I think you could put Dubon, who had the other home run tonight, in the leadoff spot, but then you're in a spot where you're batting Mauricio Dubon in your one hole, in your leadoff spot. So it's a tough position, and at the end of the day, I mean, Ronald Acuna Jr. and Austin Riley have got to get on base and perform and get hits for this team. And I've been less hard on Acuna than I have been on Riley, because Acuna, like, the numbers seem to be there under the surface. He's putting the ball in play. He's hitting it hard. He's just getting kind of unlucky. But Riley, I mean, it's an 11-game sample size at this point, and that should be enough to show some signs of life. And Riley is, I think he put together his best at-bat of the season in the 9th inning tonight to just get on base to draw the walk. But that's not the guy. I mean, that's not what you pay for with Austin Riley. He has that mega deal for a reason. He's supposed to play like one of the best players in Braves history, and ever since he's been paid, he's not played like that. So, Riley, a notorious slow starter, but it's just an ongoing thing to notice that he has not been good over the past few seasons. So maybe, I saw this on Twitter today, maybe swapping back to the glass shattering, the stone cold music, maybe that'll give him a boost when they get back to Truist Park, if they can do that. But ever since he's swapped away from that, and even including 2023, he's just not been great. So if you take 2023 out of the equation, this is the 3rd year in a row that Austin Riley has just not had it for Atlanta. So very concerned about Riley, because this is a prolonged trend downward for the Braves' third baseman. Something of note tonight, though, the Braves bullpen was able to deliver 5 scoreless innings of perfect baseball. So no runners on base, no walks, no hits over the final 5 innings. Only 3 strikeouts, but that's Payups, Bummer gave you an inning apiece, and then Beto for the final 4 innings of no hit, no walk baseball, since they only had to pitch 8 tonight, since they were the away team and lost. But the bullpen able to use a lot of non-high leverage guys tonight, so you stay with the ability, at least, to close out a game if you have a lead late against the Angels tomorrow or Wednesday night. Moving forward, I guess the player of the game, if there's going to be one, I'm not going to give it to a Brave. You can't give it to a Brave when you lose 6-2. It's got to be Jose Soriano, who just tonight, I mean, he came into this game hot. He was pitching extremely well. Baldwin tagged him early. After that, no one had anything for him. 3 hits, give it up. 10 strikeouts. The only damage done to him was that Baldwin homer in the first inning. After that, he locked in and delivered 8 innings of 2-hit baseball. No free passes given up. Soriano dominated the Braves all game long, early, middle, late. And as soon as he came out of the game, the Braves saw the ball well. Silseth came into this one in kind of mop-up duty, and Dubon takes him deep, just right over the left field wall. And suddenly the Braves have a little bit of life. And Acuna, he's up 3-0, chases, and strikes out somehow, being up 3-0. And I think he only saw 2 real strikes that whole at-bat. So just disappointing for Acuna, who seems to be pressing a little bit because I know he sees the criticism. So just have to get it moving. Have to get Ronald and Riley back on track. But against Silseth, Baldwin had a hit, just nice, flip it into the outfield. And Olsen managed to move him over. Riley with a really good at bat, I thought, to walk, but they brought in Jordan Romano to face Mike Yastrzemski. Yastrzemski puts a little bit of a charge in it, but it ends up being a pretty routine flyout to end the game. So Romano able to record the save with one out, or recorded there in the ninth. But player of the game, definitely Jose Soriano for the Angels. And that'll bring us looking at tomorrow's matchup. So the Braves will be rolling with Reynaldo Lopez tomorrow. And he's going to come in after I thought, fantastic start against the Angels. I mean, he only has a 1.64 ERA, only 6 strikeouts on the young season. But Reynaldo Lopez has looked fantastic. The velocity has been there, and he just knows how to use his stuff really well. Against Arizona last game, he gave up 4 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, and it's in 5 innings of work. So, and that was the game where the Braves put up 17 runs. He was on the bench for a long time. He could have gone back into that game pretty easily, but no need to stress the arm out this early in the season if you don't have to. So, Reynaldo going tomorrow for Atlanta, and he will face from the Los Angeles Angels, Yusei Kikuchi, the big left-hander for Los Angeles, and he's coming in to this game after giving, in his last appearance, 5 1/3 innings, gave up 6 hits, 5 earned runs. He walked 4 to only striking out 5. So, not been a great season so far for Yusei Kikuchi. He's got a 6.52 ERA, no wins, 1 loss in 2 games started, 9.2 innings pitched, 8 strikeouts, almost a 2 whip. So, way above his average season so far, but very small sample size. But hopefully he does not figure it out tomorrow against the Atlanta Braves. But that'll just about do it for tonight's Braves recap. The Braves, they've lost their last 3. They've slipped down to 4th place in the National League East after having sole possession of it Friday night. So, and the pollen is still bad. Just as bad as Atlanta's bats right now. So that's a good place to end it. And hopefully tomorrow I'm coming to you with a much better news. But for now, Atlanta 3-game skid, and they hope to get it back on track against the Angels tomorrow night. And that'll be the end of the West Coast road trip Wednesday. So 2 more games out west to get right, and then an off day Thursday for Atlanta. But until then, I'm Caden Sturgis, and this was your Atlanta Braves recap.